Indonesia is facing a rapid transformation for the last decades. Mckenzie Global Institut predict that in 2030, we're going to be one of the 7th largest economy in the world, indicated by most populated with middle class people. This is a class where income is more than 20 millions per month until 60 millions per month. Probably you are already in that class, one of them, or you are more than that. This speech probably it's a bit heavy for this afternoon, evening. However, I'm not only going to share you about how our country looks like in the next 15 years, but also I'm going to share you what is the challenges that we have to face in order so that in the next future we are gonna have a better life. That's what we want, exactly, right? Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, since 1998, our last crisis of economic, we have grown stronger and stable. Our speed of growth is around 5 to 6% of economic growth per year. What does that mean? That means if talking about a GDP, what's GDP? GDP is a gross domestic product. It is a term for incomes of a country, calculated by the total amount of money that all of the citizens gathered for 1 year. So talking about GDP, we are right now in the 16th rank from all the world. It's the same like in Philippines, Thailand, and Russia, Brazil. But however, Mckenzie said that if we are on this track with the same speed, consistent around 5 to 6% per year, we're going to be one day in the 7th largest economy in the world, together with Russia, UK, France, Germany. This is not a dream, guys. We can have this. How come? As you can see, our government debt so far for the last decades has goes down so low until 20%. We still need a big amount of debt to boost the economy. And then our inflation from 1998 we were more than 10%. It was double degree. Inflation is like the price hike is the side effect of the economic growth. We don't want too high because we don't want the prices too high. However, the government able to help the inflation goes down as stable as possible. To this year is around 5%. So when the economy rise at 5% and the inflation is around 5%, it means that the economy is under control. That's why the Mckenzie able to say that in 2030, if we are able to stay in this track, we're going to be one of the largest economy in the world. Probably some of you still wondering, how could this possible? We thought even we are realizing it. We're doing fine. We don't seem so special. Well, guys, we have some specialties. First, we have 220 million living in this country. We are the 4th largest domestic market in the world, behind China, India, and United States. How could that possible? Well, if you're an entrepreneur, let's say, whatever you produce, everyone will absorb it. All of the citizens will buy it. You don't need to export it. So that's why, even though we are having a global crisis right now, European, United States, and most of the country are going down, we still at the 3rd fastest economy in the world, behind China and India. That's why whatever happened all around in the world, we're still okay. We're still able to survive in the global crisis. The second reason why we are able to have this kind of specialty, because we have a demographic bonus. What is that? Demographic bonus because is that 70% of our population consists of working age between 16 years old until 65 years old. I'm sure all of you are in this age, right? I can see that. So we are all the machine of economy. We are the asset of our nation. However, let's not to get proud so soon, because there are some challenges that need to be faced. I'm talking some challenges to ahead, so that we can prepare, so all of us to have a better future. First, it's about this country is having what we call it a trade deficit. It's a minus trade deficit. What that means? It means that our imports is larger than our exports. If that happens, then we are suffering loss. And it's been 2 years we are suffering loss. And if this happens for the next 10 years, this economic will go down just like in 1998. Let's not make that happen. The government is still prioritizing on this, but we can help the government. It's not only our jobs, our government's jobs. How can we help? Let's not use subsidized gasoline. Let's use public transportation or use motorcycle. So it's easier. Yeah, I've been using motorcycle for the last 2 months, and it's so cheap, my friend. And then, however, the second challenge that we need to face is that the urbanization and the global challenge of Asian economic society. What is that? Next year, we're gonna open to all workers all around ASEAN. Workers from Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and everywhere in Asia can work in here, can have a business in here easily without borders. Vice versa. So our competition is not only within our nation's workers, but also with foreigners, which mostly they have a better ability, they have a better knowledge. So in these things, I just need you to aware that we have to prepare that with better skills and global competitive. Okay. The third one is about the infrastructure. As you know, the middle class people are growing and become dominant, which this means they need a better infrastructure and environment. They have income, a very good income to live. But if the government doesn't able to give them a better environment, they will move to other countries. They will work and live in other countries. So we will lose a lot of economic machine. And the fourth challenge that we need to face is that uneven distribution of our economic growth. What does that mean? The uneven. As you know, there are a lot of new cities are growing. Not only Jakarta, but also there are Pekanbaru, Samarinda, Makassar, and there are lots of new cities are growing. The richer are getting more and more and richer and getting rich and rich. But however, there's a gap between rich and poor, and it's getting wider and wider. If we're not able to make it closer, there's a chaos potential in there. We don't want that happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you like to do charity. Let's do it more and more and more, and let's inform to everyone. Let's make this gap lower and lower. By doing charity to unlucky ones, you're not also helping them, but also inspire others to do the same. This is just a little tips that I can only share to you. Basically, these all things are not a government's job only, but also our jobs. This thing cannot only done if you help them, if you just know but you don't do some action. Some information that you may also need to know that this country has been slowing down for the last 3 years or 4 years. So I can see the peak actually is going down a little bit. We need to take action from now. We need to do something to make it, going up again. I know you're not maybe you think that you're not the future leader right now. But what I can say is that you are not the future leader, but you are already the leaders. So whatever happened, our country's future is in your hand. Thank you very much.